You're listening to FAMcast, the For All Manakind podcast, with your hosts, the competitive spirit, Trey Simpson, our own devil's advocate, Tim Weber, and the hopelessly optimistic Trevor Jorgensen. This is FAMcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to FAMcast. This is episode 68, and we are back from a nice, lengthy holiday vacation. I know I enjoyed some time off myself from both work and some side projects. Good to kind of revitalize yourself by stepping away from everything and just finding yourself again. So we're in the new year. This is the first official FAMcast of 2020. So with that, what have you guys been up to since the new year started? What have you been getting into?
I found a new love for League again. Just kind of messing around with different champs and different heroes. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play ADC all the time, so I tried out jungle, and I liked jungle. Then I found out how awesome Mordekaiser is, and I've been messing around with Mordekaiser. And then I played Akali for the first time a couple nights ago, and I was like, yeah, this might be my favorite champion in the game now. She's pretty sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Give him a week, he'll find another favorite champion.
Nah.
I've been enjoying some. I know I don't think I'll ever get in a league, but I've definitely been enjoying TFT still. Didn't think I would, but it's been kind of nice because I've been learning the league champions. So maybe if I do ever decide to pick it up, I'll at least know who everyone is.
What kills me about that is you've played heroes, you liked heroes, and League of Legends is a MOBA just like Heroes. I feel like you would enjoy League of Legends just fine. Yeah. You just have to find somebody you like.
Maybe we'll give it a shot one day.
I think Trevor would really like Mordekaiser. He's really easy. But he's really
cool.
Well,
yeah, Mordekaiser's different than what he was when I used to play him back in the day.
Yeah,
he's not the same. Man. Is he though? Because killing somebody and then getting a ghost of that person is like way more badass.
You steal their essence now instead of just.
I could have a ghost of the person.
It's dumb.
To attack you. Like, hey, I stole your friend's soul. Now he's coming after you.
That's dumb.
Oh, that's dumb. You're right. That's dumb.
It's
just the necromancer in me just coming out.
He absorbs their soul and takes whatever stats they have. So let's say you're attacking someone like a Malphite who just like took someone else's like speed. Now you're that speed. Now you're like a turbo Malphite. It's cool.
Okay.
That's the mountain guy.
Yeah,
that's the mountain.
Yeah, see,
guy.
You're learning.
Look at that.
Good job,
man.
Good job.
Nasus. Senna.
Lucian.
Look, I just named off
look 3.
Look
at him go.
He's just gonna like say the entire set too, like throughout the podcast. Just like, yeah, and then this game, Mordekaiser.
I'm just waiting until we get Teemo and TFT. That'll be great.
That's Amy. Never mind.
No. Teemo's coming.
What about you? Well, I know what Tim's been up to.
I don't know.
Tim's,
been up in that Pokemon life for quite a while, ever since Sword and Shield came out, which is kind of surprising because like I loved Pokemon and I loved this game, but I never fell this hard into the competitiveness that I did. Like that's all I do nowadays.
You are in
it.
Not even not even like just for fun. Like growing up, we would just like battle and trade for fun. Now Tim's into the numbers. He's like, no, after I max out the IVs and EVs and get the best nature, this is still faster than that.
Right. Like,
you've taken it to a whole new level, man.
Choice Scarf will not defeat Dragapult unless my IV level is 88.5373 Omega. Like, that's basically how I've become when it comes to Pokemon right now. And it's like a love-hate thing because I can't just play Pokemon simply anymore.
Yeah, you can't go back.
But I love it because it just adds so much more depth to the game that normal playing just doesn't do for you.
Sure.
And the best part about Sword and Shield is any Pokemon's a viable Pokemon now because of how they've done it.
Yeah.
I will say I love that because the thought of getting a shiny and then it just having trash stats and you can't do anything with it.
Or a shiny G-Max Gengar.
Right.
But every Pokemon, you could take the worst Pokemon of the bunch and literally make it the competitive just by between mints, berries, IV training, hyper training, EVs, everything, vitamins, everything. It's there. So kudos to Pokemon because it's such a relief and way less of a headache than what it ever was.
Yeah. I wish I could do that to myself. Just
take some vitamins and be your best you.
Yeah, be the best version of myself. What are my IVs at right now? Because I don't think they're where they should be. I don't know if I have the right nature for this kind of life.
Just
Sorry, boss, can't come in today. My speed's a little low.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have very high special attack. Like, what if it's like an interview? Like, what are your IVs at right now, sir? I'm a 5 IV low special defense. Oh,
low.
So we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in.
right.
We'll
Give me
let
a
you
second to go get a nature man over there, though. I'll be just fine. Just give me 1 second.
know. It's a future, guys.
That's the future.
Yeah.
But that's honestly that is what I've been playing.
Yeah.
That I wish I could say I dove into a lot more. No, that's it.
You got me back into it a little bit. Not to say that I was done with it, but once I completed the Pokédex and beat the game, I was kind of done for a while. Like, I definitely didn't pick it up for a week or so, but then you started talking about it more, and I finally got my competitive team going. So I'm back in there trying to get this freaking Kingler, man.
Dude, you'll get it. You just gotta keep going. Just hope people stop bailing out on your Gmax raids.
Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. They need a different process for their raid system, and it's so frustrating.
They're working on it.
Are they?
No, but like let
where's
them
the
have
proof?
it.
Show me the
Just
receipts.
like Borderlands is working on freaking
co-op?
cross-platform.
Yeah, or cross-plat. Would be nice.
Would be.
Would be very nice.
That
I've
first
dabbled in that actually, right? Like I've dabbled in the new DLCs and that. So that's another thing I have dabbled in.
Yeah, and I have the season pass, but I haven't picked it up.
And they're good.
I'm sure they're great. I mean, they always are. I always think back to Tiny Tina. Some of the best DLC packs
in the game was Tiny Tina's DLC in Borderlands 2.
I was like the original Halloween one too. Like, I think that was their first expansion. That was a lot of fun.
Ready to go get the brains?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good times.
But I think that's probably enough looking back on 2019. Maybe we should look ahead to the future. Insert 2020 vision joke here. So we've got probably a good, I'd say maybe 5 months worth of big releases that have been announced. We've got solid release dates for. The back half of the year is still a mystery, but this first half is pretty filled.
Right.
With a lot of games that
Stacked.
a lot of us have been looking forward to for quite a while. I mean, some of these games have been in the works for years. Some of them have been just rumors until recently, and we could only have hoped that they were in the works. So we'll kind of we'll just pick one at a time, maybe, because there's probably a few that we all want to discuss. But just thinking of one off the top of my head, let's talk about Resident Evil 3. And I start with that one just because Tim, you're starting the original on stream this week, so I thought that maybe be a good one to kick things off. So I've never played Resident Evil 3. I love the series. I love watching you guys play. It's a really fun time. So what about Resident Evil 3 has you guys most excited for this remake?
It was great watching you play too. I wish we would have recorded that. That was hilarious.
Just throwing the controller down?
Right.
Nope.
Am I safe?
He'll get you every time, man. You just gotta just gonna watch it back. And if you thought Mr. X was bad,
Oh man, cannot wait for
Wait.
Nemi.
can just wait till Mr. X can shoot a rocket launcher at you, you know?
And then grab you from halfway across the screen.
Yeah, no shit. Resident Evil, the franchise itself, it's like my favorite franchise, right? So I'm ecstatic for it. Anyway, I was kind of surprised. I really was surprised that we were getting it as soon as we are.
Oh, yeah.
That blows my mind that we're getting it basically a year after Resident Evil 2, right? Which tells me they clearly were planning this from the get-go. Like, this wasn't, there's no way this was let's see how RE2 works out, and then we'll make this later. No, this was, we're going to do 2 and we're going to do 3. Why? Because people freaking want it. That's why. And it doesn't matter that they're going to want it. They're going to get it. Because to me, my thought was it was going to go 3, 8, or 2, 8, 3. I thought that's what would happen,
That's
right?
what I thought was gonna happen,
But maybe this is a good way to do it. Just for the simple fact that Resident Evil 2 and 3 go together. Like they really, 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 really go together. So maybe that's why they did it this way. So like you basically are gonna within 2 years you get that full Raccoon City story, that full Raccoon City like telling of the tale of two games, right? So I'm super stoked for it. I can't wait. I mean, enough to where I'm gonna play Resident Evil 3 again. It's been 15 years since I've probably played the original Resident Evil, like, because I was more into 2. Like I played 2 a shit ton. Sure. Like just a lot. And Resident Evil 3 was one of those games that I played, I beat it, it was a lot of fun, but for the most part I always went back to 2. But that was just myself.
That's about everybody, I think.
Yeah, I'd say the majority of people probably go that route, just because there's just 2 was what kicked it off with the whole raccoon thing, right? It was the beginning. But 3 easily has one of the biggest, if not the biggest, other than Wesker himself, icon in the Resident Evil series, which is Nemesis. Yeah, like, I mean, and the dude's just a brute, and he's badass in every aspect of what a son of a bitch of a character can be, you know. So I'm extremely excited to see how he plays out in this game, because I heard they're making more changes to this than what they did from the original RE2 to the remake of RE2. I heard the RE3 remake it has more changes than what the RE2 remake did for the original.
I believe it. Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat, but I played RE3 the most over 2, just because I love Jill. Jill's like my favorite Resident Evil character of all time. Jill and Nemesis really, but
she's not wearing the same shirt in this one, Trey.
The pre-order bonus? You get the classic Jill skin. Thank you very much,
dude. Those classic skins are the best.
I love them, man. I can't wait.
Like
to
when
see
they're all blocky and shit.
Yeah, the polygons and everything.
Oh no, like this one's like it's her original skin, but it's like new.
Oh, like updated?
Yeah, like updated. Like it's like
cool.
actual.
I like the actual polygon.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have that in the game too, but. Yeah. They're actually like putting like the real life clothing or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to explain it. Like the up-res version, high-res, the remastered
version of it.
The remastered version of her original clothing. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. I would say this game, Resident Evil 3 was the first game that got me on board with Resident Evil, because I never played 1, I never played 2 until after I played 3. I was like, why is there 3? Like, I didn't even know there's 1
that
and 2
had to
when I was
confuse you
like,
then. Like, how did that not confuse you playing 3 when you know with the whole time thing? That
it did the first time for
the
sure.
hell out of me.
But then once I played 2, I was like, oh crap! Like I remember what's going on. And then I went back and then I played 2 over again and then 3, and I was like, oh okay, nice. Things are starting to click. And I was like, oh wait, there's a 1. I need to go play 1. Now that makes sense to me who Jill is and so on and so forth. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited to see Nemesis and what they're gonna do to him.
Yeah,
like that's like the main thing. Because I noticed that she does have her like dodge roll or dodge like mechanic in the
which
game.
Is good. That is extremely helpful.
It's a necessity in the game. Like, oh my gosh,
I'm really hoping they bring in the option for fight or flight. Like I get that you could just fight or flight. Like I get that, and they probably won't bring that back. Like I really, really highly doubt we get that. But I think it'd be a great homage to like the original. Like, do you know what we're talking about, Trevor?
Is it like a quick time thing where you have to pick one or the other?
So like the first time you see Nemesis, if I recall in the original game, what you'll see is right before you enter the police station. Yep. And right before you enter the police station, Nemesis comes up and stars and all that. But it freezes the game. And it gives you the option. Do you want to try to fight him right here, right now? Or do you want to just run into the building?
Right.
I think...
Now, most...
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, most sane people pick flight and go away. Because even if you beat him in that, he's not beaten. It just... I believe he has more of a delay. It gives him more of a delay than what he would normally be at chasing you down. But it takes so much ammo. It's like never worth it.
I think... with this, the era of how RE2, like the first remaster came out, I think this one it's kind of baked into it. So it's like you could try it, you can try to fight him, you can try to do something with him. Like maybe there's like red barrels around, and you're like, oh okay, this is an opportunity. Okay, he's gonna try to come at me or shoot me or do something. Red barrel, bang, do extra damage to him. Or you could run, but he's still gonna be chasing you, of course. Like you're gonna always have that fear. The entire game of him chasing you down.
Right. It's terrifying because you literally never know when he could show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the
It's
dogs
not fun.
busting through the window and then him busting through the window after you. Like, oh my.
I'm really
I
hoping
literally, when I played that part, I actually shit my pants. Like, I straight up was like, Dad, I need to change my pants. I need to change my pants.
Wait, how old were you when you were playing this?
15.
I was 28. Wait.
It was last year.
It was yesterday. No, I was a young kid when that game came out. Like, it legit scared me. I probably didn't shit my pants. I probably just, like, pissed myself a little bit, but it was scary as shit, and I loved it.
It is.
I was
It's
a little
scary.
limp when I was a
It's
kid.
very scary.
But, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the main thing is the mechanic of Nemesis himself is what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I agree.
The story
I
was
think
cool.
it-
I'm excited to see if they do anything with Carlos, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Which they already changed up, which I'm kind of excited to see story elements changed to fit.
Do we get DLC with fixed camera angles?
I hope so. Oh, yeah, and
Or do you just have to wait for a mod?
Yeah, I know.
and we get that Resident Evil Project Resistance.
Yeah.
Yes, we do, and it's so much fun.
No longer,
Which
no longer Project, just Resistance now.
right. You guys are getting it on Xbox, right?
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
We'll see.
I mean, you have to play with me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you don't, and you just die constantly.
Just
It's
get it
whatever, it's
on-
up to you.
just get it on PC.
Which I also think was interesting that Project Resistance kind of already has fixed camera angles.
Yeah, it does
Technically,
for
if you're the
the
boss.
for the boss, and
Yeah.
it's really
I think
neat.
that's
Like
kinda cool.
I
That's
love
cool.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It has its issues, 100%, but I enjoyed what I
Yeah,
played.
it was sweet, man. I liked it.
I'm excited to see if any of us get into the. Well, I know we're all in the ambassador program for Resident Evil, but to see if we get any like I don't know, early demos or anything for RE3.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they said they were kind of in the works of reworking the program, so
Yeah.
excited to see what they
Get another one shot. I bet we get one shot demos. I bet they put a
Yeah.
one shot demo of Resident
Those
Evil
are
3 out
fun.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like that they patched Resident Evil 2 to add that sound clip of Nemesis.
Yeah, I need to do that. It's a whole new demo apparently. Well, it's a new demo of the same demo.
Yeah, where
but
they
with that.
I think they just added that, and then there's the letter from Jill.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Right. Which I have to go back and try to figure out how to do that achievement stuff too. There's things I still have to figure out.
Yeah. I think it's cool that they tied them together like that after the announcement.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's super
I think
neat.
that's probably why Resident Evil 3 is coming out sooner than we thought. Because they already built the assets for it from 2.
Yeah, I mean most of
and
the game was
flipping
already
story.
built.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So it takes place in the same police station?
Yeah,
Same city.
well, some of it, yeah, some of the game takes place in the same police station.
And the rest of it, what, just in the city?
yeah,
Just different areas, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you'll
Interesting.
see.
you'll see.
You'll see. But this, you said, I was asking Tim about it, I think, but this one does not have Wesker?
Correct.
Correct. 2
That's-
and 3 really weren't about Wesker because they were definitely more about
The
like
city.
Raccoon City in itself,
Gotcha.
right?
I'm excited to learn more about the lore and kind of connect. I've been learning like little by little, kind of as each game comes out, and it'll be cool for me to kind of connect all the
Because
dots.
like the tie-in with Wesker was essentially Ada from the second one.
Yeah.
Like you don't know that, but and there's a little bit more story to it, but that's essentially the tie-in with Ada.
Gotcha.
She's her own girl. She does what she wants for the right money.
I mean, he's not wrong. She's a mercenary. That's what mercenaries do.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way that Tim's like already has these fan fiction bios in his head to read out on everyone. I like it. The RE master himself. So what? That's that's April 3rd, right?
April, like super early April, yeah.
Yeah. April 3rd. So taking a couple weeks back, if we get, or actually exactly a month back from that, March 3rd, we've got another game coming out, the Final Fantasy VII remake, which it just looks so gorgeous. Every trailer, every screenshot, like I just keep getting blown away.
Last year was Tim's year. This is my year. this year.
It's the year of the tray.
It's the year,
The
of, the
year
tray.
of the tray.
I'm getting Resident Evil. I'm getting Final Fantasy VII. I'm so happy.
He's getting 2 games.
Two whole
like,
games.
okay, Xbox,
2
Halo.
whole
Like,
games.
there's gonna be a lot of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
New Pokemon. Well, I guess that was last year, but whatever.
No, just
Shut up. Eh.
We're only 5 days into the year.
My birthday was yesterday.
Look. It's hard for me to say I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, Tim.
Like,
all right.
Because
anyways,
so my history of Final Fantasy is the worst history ever of Final Fantasy. So I originally tried my very first Final Fantasy game I tried to play was 10. So let's keep this in mind. Okay,
Yeah.
it was 10.
that's a great game.
And
Me too.
And I tried to play it, but that was back when if you didn't have the new PlayStation, you had the old PlayStation that didn't take the blue discs. Like my PlayStation wouldn't read Final Fantasy X, so I was pissed. So I never got to play Final Fantasy X. Skip ahead, I have a PSP. There's a Final Fantasy game on PSP. I'm like, sweet, Final Fantasy game on PSP is Crisis Core. Apparently, it wasn't like a fucking Final Fantasy game normally. So I pick up Crisis Core. I'm just like, this game sucks, and I threw it down. And I was like, why does everybody love Final Fantasy? I don't understand. Stuff is not good.
I am so mad at you right now, Tim.
So
Continue.
skip ahead to Final Fantasy 13. I didn't think Final Fantasy 13 was all that great because then all of a sudden you lose the combat system. Now skip to Final Fantasy 15, and I'm just like, Final Fantasy 15 is just okay. It's okay. It's
I love
okay.
15.
So now going back to Final Fantasy 7, I'm like, okay, sweet. I've heard nothing but good things about 7. The gameplay looks just gorgeous. Everyone talks this game up. It looks fantastic. Can't wait. No turn-based combat system. I'm just like, okay.
They said
One
you
of the
can-
things I love about wait, what?
They said you can set it. Like you can.
Are
either
you
have
lying
this-
to me?
No, there's 2 different options you can pick in the game.
Yeah.
Are you lying to me though?
No, that's a thing that got announced.
You would totally tell me this just for me to buy it, just so I can have another bad experience, and then be like, so I need to make sure.
Another drop in Tim's bucket of money.
Right. So there's an option for me to have straight turn-based RPG.
Correct.
Because that's what I like about JRPGs the best is turn-based stuff. I like
Sure.
turn-based. So I hope you're right. Now, with that being set aside, even without that, there are still numbers. And I do like the numbers, like when you're hitting people and stuff. So there's still stats and
You like
stuff.
seeing
So
all the nines?
so that in itself does draw me in a little bit. So I'm still intrigued by the game. But the episodic thing, I think, is still stupid.
Oh my gosh.
In my case,
I am so interested to see how this plays out because there's never been a game to do this before.
that made you pay $60 twice for one game.
Well, we don't even know if it's twice. It could be 3 or 4 times. Like they haven't even said how many episodes it is.
This is going to set the bar for other games, which be like, guys, this worked. All right,
Yeah.
here's the next step.
But
We're
I don't
gonna
think that there's
re-release-
another
Halo
game that could
Infinite.
have pulled it
Halo
off.
Infinite Episode 2.
Right.
It's called
Every-
Infinite.
Everything becomes episodic from here on
Everything's going to be episodic from now. Animal Crossing, the second day.
out. Okay? Fine. Take it. Take it all. Take my credit card and just charge me daily. It's
Subscription.
fine. I'll just cancel my prescriptions from CVS, and this is the only medication I need.
Worth it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other game that could pull this off to be the first one to do this. I think it would have to be something so universally loved like Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7.
Final Fantasy
you're not
7?
wrong. Resident Evil 7 was fantastic.
Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, crossover. So from what I've heard, there's enough content in this first episode to make it worth the $60, right? I think that's
Define
good.
that. I think that's a hard
Well,
one to
I don't know.
define.
We can't, right? Because we don't
Right.
know. We don't have it in our hands.
Right.
Because I think everyone's perception of that is different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be tough. Because imagine once all the episodes are out and they sell like a complete edition. Like what, you're going to pay like $240 for a 4-disc game?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's going to be a definite change if others decide to try this method. So I'm kind of concerned about it, because if it goes well for them, I think others are going to try it, and I don't know if
100%.
I don't know if that bodes well for the consumer.
Trey doesn't care. Trey's
care.
down for it. Trey's like
so
whoever's watching this
Moneybags
video,
Trey over here,
if you're a video editor, like just put like a slow drip of Final Fantasy VII like right here, just like into my arm, just like edit it in to my arm, please, thank you.
So the thought behind it is there's so much content in Final Fantasy VII, and they've revamped it so much that they can't fit it on one Blu-ray, right? That's the reason. So you've got to split it up.
okay.
And that's why each episode is going to cost $60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rewind back a couple months when Last of Us 2 got an official release date. 2 discs, 2 Blu-ray discs, still for $60.
Still $60.
So
Games like The Witcher that have 100+ hours, still
Yeah.
$60. So is this game going to have 200+ hours on one disc?
don't get me wrong.
you know.
I'll buy all the episodes for this game because I tried to play it through on the PS4 one. I just couldn't do it. I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for it. I don't know if it's because I don't know. I think playing older games are different if you've played them previously.
Correct.
Instead of playing it for the first time. Playing an old game for the first time can be a little daunting. So I'm just going to have to wait for this one. And I'm excited for it. I guess we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully we get all the episodes before... I don't know.
I don't think
Interested
they're
to see
gonna.
what the timeline
I don't
looks
think they're
like.
going to be $60 every time. I think now that we have, like the first game that comes out, right? They're going to have their roster all set up, like all the assets are already in the game, combat's
Okay.
there, characters are there, models are there, blah 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 blah. Like you don't have to worry about anything else but adding story or terrain or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I would imagine wouldn't be that hard if they already have most of the assets in the game already. So they should be able to move forward pretty quickly and a lot cheaper with the rest of it. Like I could imagine like $60 for the first one, then like the next episode maybe it's all digital and it's just like 60 for the main game, and then it's like 15 to $20 for the DLC.
So that brings up an interesting question.
Sure.
Because how do you then turn what I assume makes Final Fantasy VII so good is that it's just a giant RPG, right? You level up, you get different items for your characters. I mean, is this Final Fantasy VII, right? Am I saying this right? Is this stuff that's in Final Fantasy VII, Trey?
Is what?
Like you level your people up.
Yeah.
You can give them different items to make them stronger, do different things, blah, 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 right? Yes, no, yes? Okay. So how do you take an element, RPG element like that, and then lock away an area that you can't go to, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, here's episode 2, and now you can go to all this area, but then will that now also include all the previous area that was in there that you can now go back to? Because I heard that you can backtrack in Final Fantasy VII in case you need to do something, blah, 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 blah.
But,
so is it like, so here's my question. Is Final Fantasy VII, okay, I'm going to try to keep this in camera. Is it this big? Here's Final Fantasy VII. Here's what you get to start with. And then $40 more, now you have all of this. $40 more, now you have all this. $40 more, now you have the whole thing. So as long as you have this much, you can go back and do all this plus up to here.
Yeah.
And then, here's another $40 when it comes out. Now it unlocks this much. Now you have...
Yeah. I would imagine they're going to let you back. Like if it's like a digital thing, right? Or I mean, even if it's if it comes out as a disc or physical,
I think it'd have to be a
would have
digital
to be
thing
digital
at this point.
Like if you buy the base game, boom, bam, you got the first I don't know how many hours of the game, right? Then episode 2 comes out.
40.
You got more to unlock. It's just a massively growing game.
How many hours did you say? How many hours there were?
I'm checking right now, but I thought I read somewhere that it was 40.
Okay, see that if you're sitting here telling me right now that they said that they can't fit more than 40 hours worth of content on a disc, I'm gonna call them a liar.
You got to think of
Nope.
Because other games have done it.
all of the shit they've put in the game though. Like they've
The demo here, I've got something from Digital Trends, who referenced that the demo, which appears to be the game's first chapter, runs for 45 minutes. So the length of the Final Fantasy remake this doesn't seem right. It says it
Not
may be
credible.
somewhere around
Not credible.
13.5 hours. That doesn't seem right.
No, I'm going to take that as that's not true, because if so, that's an issue.
Here's another one that says should be at least 30 hours or so in length. So I mean, nobody knows for sure, right?
Yeah, we won't know. I guess we shouldn't just speculate on something we don't know about.
Like, okay, I mean, I'm this is my speculation. So it's going to be the beginning of the game. You know, we're going to learn about Cloud. It's going to go into the bombing run, right? Bombing run's going to turn into Shinra retaliating, and that's going to turn into the spoiler alert, the plate falling, and that's going to be the end of the game. That's going to be the end of the first part.
So, will they have a level cap? Will you not be able to level past a certain thing until the next section comes out? I would assume so, right? Imagine so. Otherwise, you just grind out.
Right. Yeah, you grind it out until the next episode, and then you just.
I would imagine it's going to be a level cap.
So there's probably going to be a level cap. I mean, and look, I'm not opposed to it. Actually, the more we talk about it, the more I'm actually getting excited for it, and it kills me inside. But I am looking forward to it. I'll probably buy it because it's fucking numbers and stats and grindiness, and that's what I wanted to get into Final Fantasy so much for, because that's what it is. And I just keep getting just the wrong thing happening, keeping me away from it.
Oh man!
Yeah, but then it's like the dated thing again, and like
no. So
6 holds up.
I played through 6 back in April or May, Trey?
Yeah.
And it is now, granted, I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasies. I've only played 10, 15, and 6. But 6 is my favorite Final Fantasy now. It definitely holds up if you're a fan of like the old 16-bit JRPGs.
Yes.
I think it's definitely worth playing through.
Okay. How long did it take you to complete?
I'd have to double check. I mean, it was a good length of time.
Oh, yeah, I mean, okay. Did it for a few months.
Yeah, it's not a short one by any means.
Where'd you get it at?
I played it on my SNES Classic. A little.
Oh, that's why you did it. Okay, fair enough.
Gat-like. That game is gat-like. I love
the characters.
Love.
So good.
Final Fantasy.
Is 6 your favorite?
Yeah, it's like 6, 7, and like 10 for me. Are my top 3.
It always kills me because when someone's like, "Oh, what's your Final Fantasy? What's your favorite Final Fantasy?" I'm just like, so Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2. I don't have a favorite Final Fantasy because I just never cared enough to play them. So hopefully this becomes a good game because I am going to buy it.
I think you like Tactics, Tim.
Oh, Tim would definitely like Tactics.
I enjoy Tactic games a lot.
Yeah, you like Tactics.
Speaking of Tactics, I'm super excited for Gears Tactics when it comes out this year because it's a 40-hour campaign. I know it's all single player, but it's okay because like XCOM, woohoo. Okay, there's my like.
I was gonna say, doesn't it play like XCOM?
Yeah, it plays like XCOM, but it's only like single player. Which at first I was disappointed. Like when I first heard it was only single player, I was like, well, dang it, I can't play against anybody. But then I sat back and like realized like. I didn't play against anybody in XCOM, and XCOM was fantastic. So, no, if they do that, I'm super excited for Gears Tactics.
Yeah. That's fair.
It looks cool. Yeah. I've never really played a tactics game like that before, so.
It just gets the mind going, man, and, like, it's just...
I guess Final Fantasy Tactics is kind of similar, but,
that's... The XCOM style to where once your people die, they're dead forever.
That's fantastic.
That's a lot of pressure, man.
It's that Fire Emblem, dude.
Pressure.
Fire Emblem's
and the best part is like I always name my people after like people, friends and stuff. And like when they die, it's so much more heart wrenching. Like when Trevor died as my sniper in the back. Granted, he was a coward the whole time. Somebody got close to me, started running away. It was fucking annoying, but it was like, no, Trevor, no.
Well, move on, recruit someone new.
Oh well, Trevor version 2. Yeah. Here we go. We'll build him stronger and better than he ever was.
Right. So what? That's March 3rd. When's Tactics come out?
Gears. I don't think there's a date.
No date on it yet.
This year sometime.
Okay, so sometime this year.
There's another game in March coming out.
What's that?
It's a little game. I think it was Trey's most anticipated game of 2020, if I recall. There's a lot of like weird furries in it, and
you know me, I love my furries.
Trees and house building and debt. Oh my god, the debt! Like,
my favorite.
Animal Crossing. I don't know what's the tie to it. What's the name?
New Horizons.
New Horizons.
I can't wait.
Go on, Trevor.
Get
it out.
You guys know I've been looking forward to this for a very long time, and honestly, I've been trying to not I don't want to obsess over it and make the wait even more painful for myself. So I try to not like look up like pictures and videos. But then they just had to go and release this teaser the other day. And it was just like, what, a 20, 30-second teaser?
Yeah.
And it showed like...
I wasn't like... I watched it, I was like, oh, okay. But Trevor was like...
Oh, my gosh. Showing like... They're showing all the different seasons and then like the key art at the end. It's just really good. Tim, where'd you go?
I like blurred out.
Because you're bad-mouthing Animal Crossing.
They just blurred me out of existence. I show up and I'm just a blur.
Yeah.
You see that? I don't know if you guys know that Trevor has his Snorlax beanbag chair. He's just going to sit there for the rest of eternity and play Animal Crossing forever.
Yep, pretty much.
That's his goal. That's his life.
And I forgot. So the teaser was kind of one thing that kind of got me thinking about it again. But then over Christmas, it was maybe a couple days before Christmas, some assets appeared online on Tumblr somewhere. I don't know where they came from, but full-sized or full resolution screenshots of like different characters and the trees and the fruit and everything. Just the little shit like that has me so pumped. I thought about going back to playing the one on 3DS, but figure I shouldn't do that to myself.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
You know, for someone who likes Animal Crossing, like don't get me wrong, I enjoy it and I can't wait for it myself. Like I love it's just one of those great mindless games you can sit back and play.
Yeah.
And it's just a phenomenal experience.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone who enjoys that series so much, I'm surprised you don't just like go around to your neighbor's houses plucking weeds and like digging holes and like, you know, patching things in and just going fishing and bug hunting. Like I'm surprised you don't just do Animal Crossing in real life.
Yeah, Trevor, sure.
Yeah, I think that's why I like Animal Crossing so much is because it's like an escape thing.
You escape reality.
Yeah.
By going into reality.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I get to go in dead into the game instead of in real life, which is cool. So I get to experience what that's like. I'm excited for this one. I wasn't excited for the one on the Wii. I think that one was
the worst one, wasn't it?
That was the worst one. But then New Leaf came out for 3DS, and that was definitely one of the best, if not the best.
That was really fun.
I know we played quite a bit back in our GameStop days.
Good old days, man.
Yeah. Trust me,
love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Love-hate relationship.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, I think about it sometimes and just the amount of fun and stuff, and man, were we good.
Yeah, and underpaid. But anyways, so there's not a whole lot of like new information. The base, the concept behind the game is that you go to this island. The Tom Nook has this island package that you can take part in. You go there and kind of build up your camp from scratch, and you just kind of expand the island from there. Other people come to move into your island. Then it becomes basic Animal Crossing, I assume. But I like that they implemented a crafting system this time around to where you're not just like chopping down trees to like, I don't know, dig them up. You're chopping down trees for lumber, and not just like one type of lumber, but different types of lumber. You're pulling different types of grass out of the ground to use for furniture, different kinds of stones to make into brick. I'm really excited for that part. I think it'll add another layer to the game that wasn't there previously that I'll really enjoy.
Question.
Yes.
Because we talked. You actually sent me a message about this like this morning. It was the first thing I read after me trying to buy a laptop for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You said that what's his face got retired, which I remember hearing this because of the autosaves, right?
Yeah. I don't remember. I think so. KB came over last night and she fell asleep, and I didn't really have anything to do because she was like sleeping on me, so I couldn't move. So I just like pulled up YouTube on the TV and started watching Animal Crossing videos. And it was I think it was Game Explained that was going through some of the latest things, and they were talking about how in an E3 interview, Nintendo confirmed that Rossetti got laid off because there's no need for his job anymore because there's autosaves.
Right.
Which is super depressing. I mean, I don't know who Rossetti is because I never ran into him because I would never try and reset the game for any reason. Hey. Cat's trying to get in the closet.
Well, my question was, will this autosave feature stop people from cheating, though?
I think so.
I would assume so.
But because, like, I can still advance my Switch a day ahead in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so, because, like, that was a big deal to me. Like, I don't like to cheat like that. So I'm not gonna go and put my GameCube a day ahead just to get the whatever's on that day. I just don't like it. You're taking away the fun of the game at that point because like some of the fun is the wait. Like
it really
you have something
is.
to look forward to in the morning now and stuff like that. So if you're just gonna cheat and keep doing that, and it kind of goes with Pokemon Sword and Shield too, when people are looking for certain Gmax Pokemon and raids, they just do these resets. Like you're taking away some of the fun from the game for yourself. Like, but I guess to each their own.
For sure, like it's your game. Do like play it however you want.
Right.
But to your point, I think that there. I remember seeing some studies that were done that you get more enjoyment from the anticipation than you do the final result.
Right.
Like that's like the anticipation leading up to Animal. Well, that doesn't make sense. I was going to say the anticipation leading up to Animal Crossing is better than the game actually launching, but I don't think that true.
Doesn't work in this.
I don't think it works in that scenario, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. Because if all of a sudden, Trevor, we were a weekend Animal Crossing, okay, and I just now got my small house and everything, but then I come over to your house and you have like this mansion, you have all this stuff. You're like, well, check out all this stuff I have. I'm like, well, how did you do that? I just now finally got, this. I had to wait yesterday just to get this. How do you have I just went a day ahead like all the time and made sure I got everything. I would just be like, so you really didn't like earn it. You cheated your way to it. You didn't play okay, your Animal Crossing experience was done in a week. Good job.
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely not how I like to play it. I like to see the seasons change and the stocks change, villagers change. You get different visitors in your town every day. There's always something to look forward to the next day.
I would like more games to implement how Dark Souls does it, and I think other games do it. I'm sure there are games that do it before Dark Souls, but like the whole autosave system to where like you autosave it, and if you quit prematurely or whatever, it can mess up your game, and it will tell you, hey, don't do this. You do it enough and your game's going to mess up. Punishment of the best kind.
I think it makes more sense in a game like Dark Souls. I don't know if there's really any benefit.
Have you ever been in debt to Tom Nook? That's basically Dark Souls.
I'll pay it off.
That's what you say, and then all of a sudden there's a couch and it's fan colors.
I can't wait to see how
son of a bitch,
how much you can expand out the house.
It's still bells, right? Bells are still the main currency.
Yeah, still bells.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm stoked. I'll pick. Man, I'm gonna get poor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, the first few months are going to be very expensive.
And even just think like the Game Explained brought up like the title's called New Horizons, and in the key artwork, if you look at the horizon, there's like other islands out there. So they're speculating, does that symbolize just like your friends' islands that you can visit?
That would be so amazing.
Well, I mean, that'll definitely be in there because it's been in all the others. But does that mean like you could
underground highway?
Yeah, you buy other islands. That's how you become super in debt to Tom Nook. Just a chain of islands.
Are you ready to expand into your new horizon? Oh,
into space.
Right, into space.
Yeah, this is Hoenn over here. What?
Yeah.
What?
There's again, not a whole lot of new information, just the same stuff that we've seen from E3, but even just from some of the screenshots and video clips, seeing like piles of leaves and new items and like someone was carrying like a bucket of water. I'm interested to see how this all plays out into the crafting system. Because I liked a new Leaf that you could request new things to be built, like a police station or new bridges, the cafe, things like that. So I'd like to see that come back, but I'd also, in that same sense, I think I'd rather it kind of shift to the crafting system. I don't want to just like go and request something to be built and then I just throw money at it. I would love to actually grind out the resources for it.
That'd be cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So
man.
we're only like 2 weeks or 2 months away. God, 2 weeks away.
One day you'll be able to say that.
Yep, one day. But that day is not today, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I
So,
think
yeah.
I'm mainly looking forward to
March
the
20th.
customization.
Customization.
That's always
They've added a lot of new like hairstyles, colors,
what's mean
eye styles.
like how in like the first one where you could like bust out your Game Boy and be like, oh, let me make this pattern for my shirt.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yes,
doing
the
that shit.
patterns
kind of
were the
customization.
best.
Yeah, that was cool.
Patterns were
Like the
great.
custom customizations, if you will.
Sure. Well, speaking of customizations, in the screenshots, those assets that were on Tumblr, they actually showed off different versions of tools. So like this one girl was holding this like different bug net, and it's in the previous games you just either had like the standard bug net, silver, or gold, and it just meant that you could like sneak up on them faster or you could reel in faster. I don't know what all the differences were, but there's actual different variations of the tools this time, which I think will be really cool to see how those play out.
That'd be interesting.
Because you can even like craft your own tools now. Like I think you can like make your own axe. I think
Oh,
was
that's
one of
cool.
the things that I saw.
Oh, that'd be neat if you can get like an axe that now it only takes one swing to chop down a tree eventually,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like that'd be
Exactly.
cool.
So possibilities are endless. Hopefully we'll see more. I think that we'll have a Nintendo Direct in the next 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, because they already have the Smash Brothers Challenger Pack 5 on the eShop for pre-purchase. So there has to be a direct
Nice.
soon.
Yeah, I think we'll see Animal Crossing because the next big game coming up for them is Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we'll see that'll be the focus. Then we'll go into Challenger Pack 5. We'll get more Amiibo, obviously, because whenever there's a new Smash announcement, they always announce the next wave of Amiibo, which is great news for me. I love it.
Yeah, to those of you who don't know, Trevor literally has every amiibo available.
Smash Amiibo.
Oh,
Every Smash Amiibo.
I thought it was every amiibo, but either way.
I started with that for a while, but then no, that was too much. So yeah, add to my. And I can't even say that Challenger Pack 5 will be the last because they're just gonna keep adding.
I hope
Sakurai is just gonna keep working until he dies, apparently.
No.
So I think we'll see one in the next couple weeks. We'll have Animal Crossing and then Smash.
Yeah.
Fair.
What else? I'll stop rambling about Animal Crossing. Well, I think probably the most widespread anticipated one this year that comes to mind would be Last of Us.
Yes, sir.
So that got pushed back a little bit. I think it's late May now, which I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm perfectly fine with it. I think we're all in the same boat to where take as long as you need.
They got plenty of games to hold me over.
May
so.
29th
Yeah, for sure.
is what I'm seeing.
May 29th.
That's fine.
yeah.
That's fine.
So yeah, May 29th. That'll be probably the most widely anticipated game of 2020.
What do you mean, guys? Fast and Furious Crossroads comes out in May too. Come on.
Oh my god. The fact that they ended with that.
So what, Tim? You're a big fan. I mean, we're all fans of Last of Us, but what has you most excited for part 2?
So, The Last of Us, the first game, still to me is probably my favorite single story game of all time. The game started off within 5 minutes, you're just emotionally attached. Like within 5 minutes, and they crush you at the same time. And every aspect of that game that I played was just great. The story, again, probably my favorite single player story game I've ever played. The combat system was fantastic, a mix of action and stealth. There's a crafting system in there. It had all the elements of literally what a perfect video game would be for me. I had uptime, downtime. There was a part in that game that like I was so infuriated, not like at the game, but just like as the character. I was so mad, and like I like feel myself being Joel, just running through these bitches to get to just get there, and like oh my gosh, I will never forget that feeling of pure rage to go and help her.
Yeah.
Like it grabbed me. The game just grabbed me, and and I'm sure it did for most people who played it. It was just so great that I can't wait. And it's almost like a double-edged sword because I cannot wait to play The Last of Us 2. But at the same time, I can't put my expectation that as high as the
It's
Last
a high
of
bar.
Us. Otherwise I'm going to be disappointed,
high
right?
bar.
On top of the multiplayer of The Last of Us was freaking fantastic. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played it, but Factions was, bro, you talk about strategic multiplayer with friends. That was strategic multiplayer with friends. That multiplayer should have been way bigger than it ever was, to the point to where they're not putting it in the second game. They're making a whole game about it. That's how good it was received. And it was a stunner, because like, damn it, I'm not going to get that multiplayer that I wanted after I beat the game. But then for them to say, we know Factions was a big part of The Last of Us and we are bringing it in, we're making it like a thing, I was okay with, because I know I'm getting it. It's not just being left in the dust, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited, because now I'll get to enjoy The Last of Us 2 purely just the story, and not have to think, okay, I need to go play Factions. I want to go play Factions, because I just get to enjoy the game for what it is. So I'm super stoked to see where their journey continues. And it's interesting, because I don't know if you recall this, they said there wasn't going to be another one when the game first came out. They mentioned that was pretty much the end of their story.
Oh, did they?
But it got so well, like, they just decided, I guess, against it because of how well received, and I guess they had more to tell, which I'm okay with that. So I'm excited. It's easily my most anticipated game, very close to Resident Evil 3. Like, it's a very close race, but if I had to pick between the two, I would pick The Last of Us 2 at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm stoked. I can't wait. I hope they bring everything that was loved about this first one into the second one, and just nail it again, because I am stoked.
This will be a really good farewell to the PS4 this summer. As we dive into the next console.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Because we know that Last of Us Part 2 is coming out in May, but then in the summer we have Ghost of Tsushima, which will probably be the last exclusive for PS4. So having those two huge back-to-back titles to send off the PS4 is, I think it's going to be a great summer for Sony fans.
Definitely.
I mean, I wish I had more to say about Ghost of Tsushima. It's probably one of my most anticipated games this year. If we're talking outside of Animal Crossing, because I'm excited for that in a different way than I am for Ghost, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of in the same boat to where I try not to. I don't want to learn everything about the game before it comes out.
I completely.
I want that mystery there. I want to. I don't want to know everything before it's even in my hands. But from what we have seen, especially at the Game Awards this past year, oh my gosh, just this wide open world that you get to explore, and it's not just, I don't know, it's way more colorful than I would have expected. It's just a beautiful game so far from everything they've shown. I always envision when everything goes, the first thing I think of is those golden leaves.
Yeah, dude,
from that first
beautiful
scene. It's just gorgeous, and the seeing some of the combat again, especially as he's jumping from that building, seeing the blood sprays kind of in slow motion. It's I don't know much about it. I can't say that I can't claim to know much about the game other than it's set in Tsushima, Japan, in the Edo period. Just looks awesome, and I'm excited to see more. I think it'll be I think when we look back on it, it'll be one of the crowning achievements of not only Sucker Punch, but PS4 or PlayStation exclusives.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of
next gen, maybe a good way to wrap it up here. At the Game Awards, we got our first look at the Xbox Series X, which I think was. Yeah, which I think was confirmed that's not the name of that actual console. It's that's the series. It's the Series X, and there's multiple.
Yeah, because I heard there's a line of them. There's multiple versions of it.
So I don't know if you remember, it was probably a year ago or so, maybe less. But the rumors were Project Scarlet and Project Anaconda.
Right.
So I'm guessing that at least those two were in that Series X line. And then we'll get the actual names later on. But
one will probably have a disc drive, one won't. That's probably the biggest difference between the two. One will be all digital, one will not.
Yeah. And that could be. I mean, with the way that they're going with Game Pass,
Yeah.
is there a reason that you really need a disc drive? Because Game Pass has been killing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Game Pass is.
I mean, they just put GTA 5 on there, which is a huge win for Game Pass.
Yeah. Like, if you have a PC or an Xbox, if you don't have Game Pass, you're doing it wrong. Like,
Yeah.
straight up. That's a
I
must.
mean, that was I saw a question online today, kind of in that same mindset, with games coming out that are going to be both for the next gen Xbox and for PC. Interested to see what people invest more in. Are they going to invest more in building a higher end PC because they can play those games on there, or are they just going to stick to the consoles? I'm interested.
And Microsoft
to see.
won't care because they win either way.
Yeah, either way, it's a win for them because the console, you get the game, you get to play the game either way. It's a huge win for Microsoft.
My $4,000 PC looks so much better than that $300 console. I'm sorry. That meme was the best meme ever.
Yeah. As long as you're enjoying the game, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Unless you're
It's all
Tim,
great.
who loves Microsoft.
I think Microsoft's doing the right moves with not only with that, they got xCloud, which is another
Yeah,
way to
dude.
get your games
Yeah,
xCloud
on your
is
I know
so
Trey's been
devices.
loving that.
Like Microsoft, and they said from the get-go they're trying to do this in the digital era, and people bitched at them when they announced the Xbox One X or
Oh
the
my
Xbox
gosh, I
One
will
about the
never forget
online
that.
thing, and everyone was so mad, and now look at it.
I just think the way they positioned it at the time wasn't the best.
Well, someone had to be the bad guy. Someone had to be like, this is what we're doing. And Microsoft said that, and they were the
Yeah.
bad guy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what happened. So, like, it was going to happen. They were just trying to be the bad guy first, I guess. But here we are, and everyone knew it was going to happen, and it's fantastic.
Yep.
So, whatever. You know, the one thing we're missing out on is still the family sharing, which hopefully we get with this next generation of consoles. Hopefully Microsoft just gives everybody, you know, the understanding of like, look, we want everyone, because like, you know what, you knew what the family sharing was, right? Did you remember that? It never made it. It never made it because you had to always be online for it to work, and it never made it to the final system because that feature got disabled. So you know how you can game share between like people if you're signed in on this Xbox and your home Xbox, that whole thing. So it was that concept, but you don't have to go through the shenan. You wouldn't have to go through. You wouldn't have to go through all that, and you just would share your games with 5 people. 5 people.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It's like the old school Verizon friends and family plan.
Yeah, it's the same concept. So you could be like, okay, Trey, Trevor, Ben, Casey are my 4 friends, and we can all play the games whenever we want as long as one of us owns it.
Can't wait to tell KB you left her off your friends list.
Wow. Stop it. Don't do that. She doesn't even have an Xbox.
Yeah, she does. She has my old Halo
Oh.
one.
Wow, that's not even fair.
She's
Never
using.
mind.
She borrowed it to play when I got super into Monster Hunter over the
Okay.
summer. I kind of want to pick up Iceborne on PC.
Why? You have 0 progress on your PC version.
I have more progress than you do.
Yeah, because all my progress was on my Xbox version where I told you to get it originally.
No, I have more progress than you on the Xbox version.
No, you don't. Well,
Yeah.
Maybe you do.
Yeah, he
He
does.
probably does now because you probably played Iceborne a little bit.
I
I'm
did.
pretty sure I
I
have
did
more
not.
progress than you now, Tim.
Probably. I haven't played Iceborne at all. Something came out around that same time, and I never went
Borderlands.
back. Yeah, that was it. Yep.
It was Borderlands.
I never went to it.
That's all I
because
got. I got that weekend with Borderlands, and that was it. And man,
That's disappointing.
or weekend with Iceborne.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow, you just okay.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I
said.
bet. I really do believe it.
Yeah,
Well, we should have Iceborne LAN parties.
We should.
we should.
We're gonna.
Be a good time. We are.
God, I can't wait, Tim. I cannot wait for you to be up here.
The official fan
It'll
house.
be fun.
Official fam house. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
because we haven't seen the PlayStation yet at all.
There was an image going around. Did you see it, Trevor? The new one?
Oh God.
What do you mean the new one?
The new image?
You mean the dev kit that you've been talking
No,
about?
no,
for
no, no,
months?
no. It's a new image. There's a new image.
A
There's
new image, Tim says.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
mainly just excited for that backwards compatibility rumor
Yeah.
that's going on.
Oh, finally, PlayStation finally doing something.
Being able to play
Oh
from
my
PS1
gosh.
era to PS up to PS5, like that's gonna be godlike.
Welcome to the common age, PlayStation. Maybe we'll get more freaking cross-platform, which I heard is coming to Apex in a month.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Ender said it was coming to Apex in a month.
That is news to me.
Not sure how reliable my source is, but
I don't see any of these other than the dev kit, Tim. I don't see any other pictures.
you want me to tag you in it on Facebook?
No, because it's probably fake.
Yeah, right. There was something though.
Oh man, there's a bunch
Tim-
of stuff, dude. We got Warcraft 3 coming out.
Oh, here, look at this one. This is the official one right here. It's just a sphere.
That's
just a ball.
No, so the image that I saw, it was the same concept as the dev kit, but it
Okay.
did look more flush.
Okay.
So I don't know. It still looked whack, but like it had like, I wonder if it'll be right. We'll find out one day. You'll see. I'm sure it'll pop up and you'll see the photo I was talking about
Okay.
because it just happened today.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would be very shocked if they went with that for a final. I get why. Like everyone understands why the V and the 5 and all that. It makes sense for.
It's built for maximum cooling.
Yeah. It looks interesting. I was very surprised by the size of the new Xbox, how small it was.
It was very small.
No, the fact that it's like a tower like that makes it kind of hard to fit into a media center, depending on what your setup's like.
Here, I sent the thing in one of our Discords.
Okay.
Just so you can take a quick look at that image,
Yeah.
just to have it there.
So I don't know. I thought the Xbox one was nice.
Yeah,
It was. Everyone's gonna make fun of everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Everyone's gonna make fun of it. But it's. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
Just a tower.
it's gonna be interesting. Very, very.
Why is the HDMI in the front?
I don't know.
It doesn't.
It's dev kit, right?
I knew you were going to send me some BS, Tim.
But it looks better, right? Like
Are these memory cards?
No, it's a no, this was I see what you're talking about.
Gosh, Tim is leaking me some
3
clickbait
terabyte
here.
memory cards.
I'm done with you.
I said it was a new photo. Concept design trailer V4.
Hey, PlayStation. As far as aesthetics, I think PlayStation definitely beat Xbox last go around.
No, I disagree.
Um,
The stackers were just
talking
stack on stack. Oh,
we're
let's do
talking
a pro third stack.
Let's talk very first one.
Oh,
So
very first
piece-
one, yes. Yeah, very first one, I agree, because Xbox was just a scary big box.
That thing was huge and heavy,
Yeah.
and
Looking
it
at
wasn't
one
very
right
aesthetically
now.
pleasing.
Yeah, but I think I broke something. I think
what?
Scorpio looked better than the PlayStation Pro.
oh yeah, I would agree.
Unless you have, special edition like Death Stranding or something.
Like Spider-Man one,
Yeah, that Spider-Man one is sick.
or the Metal Gear one was sick. The Japanese Monster Hunter one was gorgeous.
God of War.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I'll give PlayStation that. They definitely did way better on their special edition
Yeah.
consoles.
yeah.
And
Because
Microsoft really didn't even have any. Like, I got a Gears of War one that's pretty cool. That's about
they
it.
did Gears and Halo 5, right?
Yep.
And that was it.
yep.
And Halo 5 was just meh.
Oh, they did the Minecraft one for when they launched
Yeah.
the S,
Okay,
right?
actually, the Minecraft one was dope.
Jonathan has that one.
The
It's pretty
XS,
fucking sick.
the S, the
Oh,
S
does
was
he?
dope.
That's cool.
I think it's
The
badass.
Minecraft one was, but there were just more PlayStations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like
For their big titles.
so.
That's probably why, because Microsoft didn't have any big titles.
I will give it to Xbox though. They did a lot of more like custom ones through giveaways.
That's true. That's 90% of how they got theirs. Was
So they have like the special edition, like Forza one. It was like a McLaren yellow. There was like an Audi blue one. I don't even know, but they did like a lot of special editions that way. And then they did like a
Sure.
Sea of Thieves. Did like I think like
the Sea of Thieves one was really
I think they
neat.
did like 3 different ones, and then they did another 4 for like each flag color when the arena came out. And then what was there? There's just a bunch, man.
Remember the Fallout one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that the blue. And
Yeah.
So I think they're out there. They're just very, very limited.
a lot of them you couldn't buy. You had to win.
Right. No purchasable.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we'll probably see in a couple months. If anything, we'll see it at E3. That'll be the
PlayStation.
kind of their last chance to announce it, because at that point it's only a couple months away.
So, other than the consoles, I mean, we basically covered the first half of 2020, big titles, yeah?
There's a few honorable mentions, I would say.
Yeah.
We've got like Cyberpunk 2077, which I think we're all excited for, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying to
it'll be
keep
good.
spoiler-free
I will
as much
tell
as
you the
possible.
hype is dying. I'm just going to throw that out
I
there.
don't
It's
think so.
not
Yeah.
nearly as hyped as it was.
I don't think it's dying at all.
I think the hype is
Interesting.
slowly going away. Hey, what's that game that PlayStation launched? Days Gone. I feel like this might turn into Days Gone.
I don't think so.
No, I doubt that. This is
think so.
CD
CD Projekt Red.
Project Red. Yeah.
Well, who made Days Gone?
Not a main Sony
It
company.
was Bend, wasn't it?
yeah,
Bend.
Ben Studio.
Oh,
Bend
okay.
Studios.
They're
That's
fairly
right,
new.
And to be fair, that game, from
Didn't
what I
have
hear,
Keanu Reeves.
it did not. But also, from what I hear, it got a lot better after they. Like,
I did hear
implemented
that
some
too.
fixes.
I
Yeah, I
heard
mean, when
that
I played it, I
myself.
loved it. It was really fun.
There was like a weekend or something that it was like me, you,
KB.
KB, I think. We just kind of like sat down and played it. It was a lot of fun.
More like watched me play.
KB jumped
I
in
find
there.
out that's a lot of what happens when you play games with Trevor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I watched him play I watched you play Death Stranding for the most part, like
Mm-hmm.
80%
Oh,
of
that's
the
true.
game.
Yeah. We like to bond, Tim, since you don't
Bonded
come up
during-
here and bond with
during
us.
Until Dawn. Man, that game. What a game.
That was a
Until Dawn
lot of fun. That was an unexpected one, I think. I don't
It
think
really
any of us
was.
expected that to be
I
as
think
fun
it-
as
I
it
didn't-
was.
I didn't expect to get so sucked into it that we just didn't stop playing it for
Yeah,
8
we just
hours.
kept going.
Like, we had a whole block of games we were supposed to play, and we just, like, shoot them away and
Yeah,
kept
it was
playing
like,
that
mm.
until...
It's like 6 in the morning. We're like, no, we have to finish it.
Yeah, I slept through like all of that game, didn't I?
Dude, the game was so
I watched the
good.
beginning of it,
It
and I was like,
was.
this is fun.
It was intense. It was
Yeah,
so
it
intense.
really was. I love the split decisions you have to
Yes, like, you had to be quick.
I want to play the new one.
Yeah, I do, too.
Maybe we should play
make.
that.
Oh, what?
I can
it
never
called?
think of its name.
I
either. It's
almost
okay.
said it was Method Man. What is it? What's it called?
I don't know.
Man of Medan or something.
But I would like to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the next episode.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still
We'll add
like
that to the-
there's a couple fighting games that are coming out that I'm really excited for. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Yeah, what are some other like quick hits that we're looking forward to that maybe we didn't get time to discuss?
Street Fighter V Championship Edition, even though basically the game's out. We've got Ori.
I mean, Halo Infinite's probably going to be a launch title.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that'll be a launch
it
title.
has to be.
We still know nothing about it, but it'll be a launch
It
title.
has to be a launch title. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
Um,
what the next exclusive is for Microsoft that's coming out, but I can guarantee you the pre-order bonus is going to be the beta for Halo. I hope they do that.
All right. 30 seconds. What are your other small titles that are coming out? Maybe not small. Go.
Kickbot.
Yes, fingers crossed for Kickbot. Warcraft 3 Reforged. That comes out in January.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus comes out in
Grand
February.
Blue what?
Grand Blue Fantasy
a-
Versus. It's a fighting game,
It's like a little anime.
It's an anime fighting game.
No idea what that is.
and the RPG to go with
Uh,
it because that RPG looks godlike.
That Dark
Dying Light
Darksiders
2.
Oh, wait, Dying Light 2 you said?
Dying Light 2.
Nice. Darksiders Genesis, fingers crossed. I hope
No,
that's
a good
good.
one. Doom
Meh.
Eternal. I'm looking forward to Doom Eternal.
Dreams.
Yes.
I'm very interested in Dreams, even though I'll probably suck at it, but
I got to play it and it's fun, but the creation is the creation level is phenomenally deep. Like, good job to them. I need people there with me to help me learn how to build things.
Yeah.
Maybe we can build our first.
it's like
level
Little Big
together.
Planet on steroids.
You're right, because I could build in Little Big Planet and do great
Yeah.
because it was how it was built. But man, this game is
We're
rough.
gonna make our own Fam the game.
Fam,
the game.
the game.
And,
you just sit there and do podcasts.
Square's Avenger game.
Oh,
yeah.
the Avengers game, yes. Game's getting a lot of hate for no reason. I think it'll be fun.
I think it'll be fun. It looks fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'll be Iron Man. It'll be great.
Let people enjoy things.
I'm still hoping they do a crossover with the
Spider-Man game.
the Insomnia game. Please.
I'd love to see Activision. I mean, no spoilers or anything, but it definitely sets up for a sequel. So
Yeah. And that game was amazing.
Yeah.
yes, it was. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Insomniac did
I
a
f-
damn
yeah.
good job.
remember getting real excited at the ending. I was like, oh shit, I'm so ready for another one.
Yeah.
That was a blast. Well, I think that probably is a good wrap up to 2020, at least for the first
to 2020. That's a good wrap up to 2020. All right.
Well, like
see you
our
next
most
2021.
anticipated of 2020. Yeah, we're already wrapping it up. We're 5 days into the year and we're already done with it. I think that's about it. We're gonna get back on our regular every 2 week podcast schedule. Yes, bi-weekly. That's what I was trying to say. Now that we're in a new year, get back on track with that. Might have some more guests this year, some fun topics to talk about. I don't know. It's just a good year. Who knows what these next 12 months will bring us.
Hopefully, one of these podcasts, you'll start seeing us all three in one place, and we'll have like a whole thing together.
Yeah, Tim said he's gonna buy like a whole like podcast table with mics and everything. It'll be real cool. It'll be real nice once Tim moves up here. He's shaking his head for those that are just listening.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't. They can't hear my head shaking.
Yeah, they can't hear your head shaking. So yeah, let's wrap it up for now. We'll see you guys on episode 69 in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Nice.
Thanks for listening to FAMcast. Be sure to subscribe for the latest episodes and follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and our other socials at For All Manakind.